Recognize Congressman Pat Fallon from the 4th District of Texas.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Ranking Member Fleischman and members of the subcommittee. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you today. As we all know, we are currently facing a crisis at the southern border. While we can certainly debate what caused this crisis and what is the best way to handle the surge of immigrants crossing our border, the fact remains that we are currently under-resourced and understaffed in this fight. With this in mind, I ask if you would respectfully consider a common sense appropriations request to support the men and women of the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol by providing them adequate resources to accomplish the mission that we've tasked them with. Because of the surge of migrants, a significant number of our agents on the border have been forced to divert their attention from law enforcement activities to mundane administrative tasks and processing immigrants. They're changing diapers and things of that nature. We're talking hundreds of thousands of folks every month, and it's the right and humane thing to do. And also, we don't want the drug cartels to win. And they're very powerful and they're very dangerous. This has compounded the effects of the surge that our Border Patrol are doing so many other things. And the immigrants, as we know, there's fewer agents covering the border for security purposes, what we've actually hired them to do. And the migrants themselves are at risk. And the drug smugglers and the human traffickers are the ones that are profiting. Previously, this committee has recognized the issue of diverting the BPAs from law enforcement activities by providing funding for Border Patrol processing coordinators. These coordinators seek to alleviate the administrative burdens put on our agents so that they may, instead focus on law enforcement duties. Last Congress, this committee increased funding for these positions by $7 million. I want to thank you. It was the right thing to do and appreciate that. This year, we're at a critical juncture, even more so than last year. And there seems to be, unfortunately, little hope that the tide of migration is going to slow anytime soon. As such, we must use every tool that we have to prevent the migrants from entering illegally and also being harmed in any way by the evil drug smugglers. And we simultaneously want to work to fix the root causes of the problem. Hopefully we can do that in a bipartisan fashion. Ensuring that the Border Patrol agents are able to do their jobs, that's nonpartisan and that's apolitical. And with this in mind, I ask respectfully if you continue to invest in the critical roles of our Border Patrol agents and our processing coordinators provide by supporting the highest level of funding possible for the Border Patrol operations and their support staff. Thank you very much for allowing me to share my thoughts and my request. And I stand ready to answer any questions, and I yield back.
Mr. Fallon, thank you so very much for your comments. And as you noted, the processing coordinator program is one that we have supported for several years. So we were very excited to see that the first class graduated this past year. And in June, we understand that CBP will be graduating the second class from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Charleston, South Carolina. So as you know, this is something that is very important and that we will, continue to support. So I just want to say thank you for your comments and for your support of this program. And Mr. Fleischman? Do you have any questions or comments?
Just want to reiterate and affirm what you have said, Madam Chair, and to the gentleman from Texas, thank you again for a well-articulated, well-reasoned presentation. So glad that you've come before us today. But I could not agree more with the chair's comments in that regard. And with that, I'll yield back.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Is